and that's manufacturing. But first, let's talk about a 92-year-old retiree called Joe Carmody, who lives in a nursing home in Shepparton, in Victoria, and his connection to frontline health workers. Now, this story is a bit of a twist on the ones that we've heard lately, because around 38 years ago, Joe, who was an engineer at the Ardmona Cannery, produced and designed a machine to make surgical masks. A machine of such quality engineering that it was still operating. 2 of those 3 machines he designed were still operating when this pandemic started. Now, Joe exported his machines all around the world. He founded his own manufacturing business, Medcon, and spent much time producing millions of masks, surviving in the Australian market against a flood of cheap imports. And it was Joe's machines that our Army engineers and consultants came in to study as we worked with Medcon, now run by Joe's former son-in-law, Ray Stockwell, to boost their capacity. As Medcon moved into 24-hour production, our teams went to work on the 3rd machine, pulling it apart, creating thousands of digital images, modelling parts and recreating hundreds of plans from pencil sketches. They also did get that machine running too. Now, this story speaks to the continuity of generations of Australian manufacturers, because one of the consultants we brought in on the project was Jason Van Dyke. And 4 years earlier, Jason had worked as a young apprentice alongside Joe and Ray on the original machines. Now, even more incredibly, in the space of just 9 weeks, those plans have been transformed into brand new machines by Foodmac, just down the road in Echuca. Foodmac also has a very unique story itself as a pioneer of food production machinery, but they pivoted also to this vital national task. And there's a real synergy in the fact that Foodmac operates in a building that was used to support our efforts during the Second World War. And in another great chapter in this story, today is the day that Medcon is going to receive its first new machine from Foodmac. And I understand that machine was delivered and it's on site now, which is great news. Now, when I first called Ray at Medcon in February, they were the only Australian manufacturer of face masks, and his normal annual production was about 2 million a year. Now, by the end of this year, they will have produced 59 million masks. They have gone from 14 to 98 staff, and they will have significantly strengthened our ongoing sovereign capability for this vital product. Now, I might also add that Joe's machines were exported to Finland, the US, the Middle East, and many more places. So just imagine how many frontline workers around the world are being protected right now by an item made through Aussie ingenuity. It's a great twist, isn't it? A retiree in Australia has saved the lives of doctors and nurses around the world because he had a go. He created something and he believed in his capacity.